Mais tu sais le pire qu'il a fait.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons commencer notre session de l'après-midi de notre Assemblée générale. Merci de bien vouloir prendre place. Alors, mesdames et messieurs les délégués, l'Assemblée générale va maintenant procéder à l'examen du point 11 de l'ordre du jour relatif aux présentations des projets de candidature pour l'organisation d'une exposition enregistrée en 2030. Au nom du BIE, je souhaite souhaiter la bienvenue aux membres éminents des délégations présentes dans cette salle à cette occasion. Toutes les délégations devant être traitées de la même manière et devant disposer du même temps pour s'exprimer sur leurs projets respectifs, je remercie chaque délégation de bien vouloir limiter leur présentation à 30 minutes maximum. Serait préférable effectivement que je ne puisse pas interrompre donc les interventions des délégations présentant leur projet. Donc je vais tout d'abord donner la parole à la délégation d'Expo 2030 Riyad, Arabie Saoudite. Je vous remercie de bien vouloir débuter votre présentation.
Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates. I would like to begin by thanking the President of the General Assembly and the BIE Secretariat for their tireless efforts. We are privileged to have reached this stage of the process, sharing this platform with two other world-class cities, each of which has a rich history and culture, Busan and Rome. distinguished delegates, I have the honor of heading my country's delegation to this General Assembly. Throughout our presentation, my colleagues and I aim to explain why Riyadh is the ideal choice for Expo 2030. Saudi Arabia is uniquely positioned to serve as a bridge connecting North and South, East and West. As Minister of Foreign Affairs, I assure you this has significance beyond geography. A central aspect of the Kingdom's foreign policy is to capitalize on our expanding global partnerships and employ our global position towards enhancing cooperation and collective action. This is clear in our active engagement in regional and international organizations. We are also among the largest donors and providers of humanitarian and development assistance worldwide. It is a strategic priority for the Kingdom to deliver an expo built by the world, for the world. An expo which recognizes global diversity. We seek the opportunity to organize an expo that continues the legacy of international exhibitions at a time when the international community seeks to prepare for a transition to a sustainable and more equal future. These considerations put Expo 2030 at a critical juncture. Only by overcoming the collective challenges facing the international community can we make genuine progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals adopted in the United Nations Agenda 2030. This is central to Vision 2030, led by His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which we are diligently striving to fulfill. We in the Kingdom are working to achieve this vision in order to reach a prosperous and sustainable future. Riyadh's bid to host the World Expo 2030 captures that vision, guided by the theme, Together for a Foresighted Tomorrow. The bid includes key sub-themes of a different tomorrow, climate action, and prosperity for all. We believe Expo 2030 represents an opportunity to reinforce action on globally impactful projects and to collaborate on global solutions to our shared challenges through innovation, sustainability, and inclusiveness, all of which lie at the core of our bid. Expo 2030 will build on the Kingdom's strong ongoing commitment to developing countries by providing an assistance program to ensure that a most diverse range of nations and cultures are represented. Riyadh's bid includes a facilities package towards which we are dedicating $343 million to assist 100 eligible countries in fields such as pavilion construction, maintenance, technology support, travel, events, etc. We will also be developing further programs of support together with our leading private sector companies. This reflects our commitment to a truly inclusive World Expo. Riyadh is a vibrant cosmopolitan city of more than 7 million people, 48% of whom are non-Saudis, coming from more than 100 countries. It is a city proud of its deeply rooted, authentic identity and rich cultural heritage. We are confident of our ability to deliver an unprecedented experience to the world, with persistent ambition and dedication throughout government and across the whole of society. We are grateful to countries who have expressed their support and look forward to a successful bid and inviting the world to the Kingdom. Thank you, and I now turn to my colleague, His Excellency Ibrahim Al Sultan, CEO of the Royal Commission for Riyadh City, who will outline Riyadh's readiness to deliver a transformative expo.
Thank you, Your Highness, for laying out the Kingdom commitment to deliver an expo that serves the world. Mr. President, Your Excellency, digital distinguished delegates, Riyadh is ready. Our expo will be built by the world for the world. Indeed, the work has already begun. We are planning to build Riyadh Expo 2030 ahead of schedule. On selection we are ready to move forward immediately. Our sea agreement has already been approved by our government. We are ready for fast-track the registration process. The land for the Expo site is ready. I can guarantee by February 2028, participant parcel will be available. The Expo Village will be ready. As a city, we have long experience in building world-class projects in partnership with international companies. For example, our new Riyadh Metro is being built to the highest standard with more than 50 world-leading companies. Riyadh is on the road to be top 10 urban economy and a global hub for finance, commerce, sports, and entertainment. Our growth generates tremendous opportunity for the world, and so will the Expo. The Expo site itself is in a strategic location, minutes away from iconic new King Salman International Airport, which will be accommodated more than 120 million visitors in 2030. In Riyadh, you will see world-class natural landscape together with dazzling cityscape, such as King Salman Park, which will soon become the largest urban park in the world, Al Murabba, the Cube, which combine stunning architecture, ancient culture, and virtual reality. Dir'iyah, a historical citadel and UNESCO World Heritage Site. Al-Qiddiya, the future of entertainment, sport, and art. In the words of His Royal Highness, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, we are confident in our ability to deliver unprecedented World Expo. To tell you about our Expo master plan, let me now turn to my colleagues, Lamia and Nof. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you, distinguished delegates. Today, I want to walk you through how our master plan will create the most accessible, collaborative, and sustainable Expo ever. First, we will provide an unparalleled experience for more than 40 million visits. Second, we will enable the full, equal, and meaningful participation of all countries. Third, we will make sustainability the defining feature of the build and legacy of our site. Let's start with the visitor experience. Before departure, visitors will have access to dedicated concert services and diverse travel offerings so that they can design their dream journey. Upon arrival at King Salman International Airport, visitors will speed through customs with a special visa and take the metro just one stop to reach the site, from touchdown to Expo in just minutes. The Expo site itself combines natural, traditional, and modern features. Our master plan is centered around a wadi, or green valley, around which a loop of nations will feature every country's vibrant pavilion. The opportunities for exploration are endless. Visitors can transport themselves to any country of the world, experience non-stop cultural and entertainment events, savor Expo Night with its restaurants, live music, shows, and so much more, and design and build the future at our 3 thematic pavilions: A Different Tomorrow, Climate Action, and Prosperity for All. For countries, our Expo will similarly offer endless opportunities. Our master plan offers a wide selection of pavilions, both in type and in size. Under our One Nation, One Pavilion commitment, all participants will be able to fully realize their priorities and develop meaningful exhibitions for their pavilions within the Expo's theme and sub-themes. Following the Expo, we will help 100 qualifying countries create a second life for pavilions, including as schools, clinics, and research centers in their home countries. In addition to pavilions, dedicated cultural venues will allow every country to organize their own national days, shows, and celebrations. And we're committed to looking after those who build the Expo with us. Our Expo Village will include rich cultural, culinary, and professional development opportunities. And we want to learn directly from you. We're planning to launch a participant lab at Expo Osaka 2025, which will continue as a 24/7 service that helps countries solve recurring challenges in the lead up to Expo 2030 and beyond. To talk you through the build and legacy of our site, let me now turn to my colleague, Naufal Manif.
Thank you, Lamia. Distinguished delegates, when it comes to sustainability, we aim to become the first carbon negative Expo ever. Our Expo site will be powered by clean energy, taking advantage of the Kingdom's vast solar power. We are developing strict resource efficiency standards and detailed strategies to promote biodiversity, eliminate food waste, and ensure green waste management and recycling. We will also adopt the highest international standards for mobility, accessibility, and labor rights, including all subcontractors. Building on the best practice areas of the 3 most recent Expos, we will also help create and fund multi-stakeholder partnerships that advance the Sustainable Development Goals and our Expo theme and sub-themes. Our collaborative change corner, Expo C3 as we call it, will finance, incubate, and scale international projects beginning in 2025 and showcase them at the Expo. The principles of equality, inclusion, and sustainability will also be enshrined in our landmark. If the surface of the Earth was equally divided among all human beings, we would each be responsible for 238 square meters. Our landmark is exactly that size. Its canopy carefully represents our world and its diverse ecosystems, and its 195 pillars highlight the equality of nations and our collective responsibility to support the planet and all its inhabitants. This landmark site will outlive the Expo as a center of foresight, commitment, and action to build the future we all deserve together. So without further ado, let me show you just a glimpse of what Riyadh Expo 2030 will look like. You will then hear from His Excellency Khalid Al-Falih, our Minister of Investment, who will outline our plan to share the opportunities of Expo with the world. Thank you.
Mr. President, Your Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, as you've heard, the experiences Expo 2030 Riyadh will provide are indeed going to be amazing. But let me emphasize that this is happening within an unparalleled national investment and project landscape that is literally limitless. As Minister of Investment, it is my mission to ensure that the benefits of our tremendous growth are shared widely, not just throughout the kingdom, but across the region and indeed in the entire world. To put it into numbers, under the leadership of His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and as part of Vision 2030, we're targeting investments of more than $3.3 trillion in the kingdom by the end of this decade, of which north of 30% will be in the city of Riyadh alone. The Expo 2030 budget of $7.8 billion is catalytic to our broader Riyadh investment plans. Today, I want to lay out for you three themes. One, how the building of Expo 2030 will benefit the world by the sharing of business opportunities. Two, the creation of a unique global investment lab. And last but certainly not least, by its impact on sustainability. So first, since the creation of the modern Saudi Arabia, which started in the very city of Riyadh, our national development has contributed significantly to the development and well-being of other nations and their citizens. Today, in the kingdom, we have over 25,000 international companies, of which 4,500 are registered to work in engineering and construction. These companies, the 25,000, are employing over 8 million staff from more than 130 countries. And I assure you, more will be attracted to partake in the Expo program. For the Expo 2030 program, we will create a dedicated procurement hub, a one-stop shop to facilitate businesses participating in designing and building Expo-related projects. Launched from the start of the Expo organizing cycle, this procurement hub will enable our vision of an Expo built by the world for the world. Second, we want to maximize the opportunities that Expo 2030 in Riyadh offers investors and contractors. Our Expo site will be a global meeting hub for all international businesses to explore and innovate investment development themes. And to this end, we will launch a global investment lab that will be a true innovation hub for all countries and a convener and enabler of businesses and entrepreneurs. The lab will drive participating countries to discover, innovate, and collaborate. Together, we will match investors and financiers, accelerate development and financing for smart cities, mobility, technology, green assets, and much more. Third, Expo 2030 Riyadh will not only coincide with the delivery of the Kingdom's bold vision, it's also the target date for the Sustainable Development Goals. Riyadh, as you've heard, is already at the very heart of many sustainability initiatives for the city, for the Kingdom, and indeed for the region as a whole. We will bring our array of experiences, resources, and networks to our Global Investment Lab and to Expo C3 to promote green growth, attract green finance, and for the sharing of benefits across the world. So, to all countries, young people full of hope from every corner of the world, to the dreamers, thinkers, innovators, and entrepreneurs. You will find at Expo 2030 Riyadh your opportunity to be an integral part of this unique, incredible, transformative journey taking place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with Riyadh at its heart. And to tell you more about this journey, you will next see a video from some of our most prominent business and nonprofit leaders expressing their commitment to Expo 2030. Then, to cap our presentation, you will next hear from Her Royal Highness, Ambassador Rima bint Bender Al Saud. Thank you very much.
FASIR is a non-profit organization that focuses on empowering societies towards environmental sustainability through raising awareness, capacity building, fostering international cooperation, and policy design and advocacy.
We in Mukatafa are innovating in an unprecedented way how the private, public, and third sectors collaborate efficiently together towards achieving a bold vision.
In continuing to strengthen our central role in providing the world with the reliable energy it needs for an orderly energy transition, Aramco is working at the speed of science toward our net zero ambition for 2050.
Riyadh Expo 2030 is the platform we need to unleash our potential and take action on global issues that matter.
It's home to an entrepreneurial ecosystem driven by young and highly educated entrepreneurs, brimming with ideas on how to build a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous economy.
We are especially excited to be part of the Riyadh Expo C3, a global collaboration to drive climate innovation.
For Riyadh Expo 2030, there will be opportunities to collaborate, to cooperate, to co-create a more prosperous and a more sustainable future for all.
We look forward to welcoming civil society organizations from around the world in Riyadh.
Saudi Aramco is proud to support Riyadh Expo 2030.
We're ready to welcome the world to Riyadh.
We look forward to welcoming you in Riyadh.
Votre Altesse, Vos Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est un grand plaisir de vous présenter le Royaume de l'Arabie Saoudite, candidate pour l'Expo 2030. Distinguished delegates, I'm honored to stand before you today to summarize our bid for the World Expo. I hope that you'll agree that Saudi Arabia is a hidden gem, waiting to be discovered by the world. We're a vibrant and diverse destination that offers a unique blend of cultural heritage, natural wonders, and modern amenities. Our people are warm and hospitable, and it's often said that hospitality was born in Arabia. And it's truly a part of our DNA in the kingdom. It's a part of our heritage, and we look forward to being your host. We're fully committed to creating the greatest expo in history, built by the world, for the world. And from early years, as a nation, partnership has been key to our success, and it will be yours as well. You've had a glimpse of our mega projects and our major developments, the future cities, the resorts, the theme parks, and the urban forests. You can see that the transformation projects are not just done by us alone, but in partnership with companies from all around the world. And that's what we know how to do. We think big, ladies and gentlemen, and we deliver even bigger. And we will deliver for you, well ahead of schedule. But most importantly, we have a passion for tourism and a commitment to sustainable tourism practices and sustainable and responsible development. And this is not just for the good of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but because we believe that tourism can be a force for good in the world. Travel educates, ladies and gentlemen. It connects, it builds bridges of cultural understanding, and it brings our planet closer together. And while, yes, there are many great cities all around the world with exceptional stories, but their stories are well known. The story of Saudi Arabia, the story of Riyadh, our story is unfolding before your very eyes, with new chapters being written every single day. There have been more changes in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the last 8 years, more than the previous 80. So imagine what the kingdom will look like in 2030. And you can be a part of that narrative, ladies and gentlemen. In the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you can be so many things. Do you want to be an explorer? You can, at our UNESCO World Heritage sites. Do you want to be an adventurer? You can. in our towering mountains and across our vast deserts, or be a night owl at the largest music and cultural festivals in the region, or a beachcomber along the world's most pristine and untouched beaches. Millions today are discovering the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the first time, and in 2030, the year of the Expo, we expect to welcome more than 100 million visitors, and at least 40 million of whom will be at the Expo, and they'll experience your countries, your cultures in your unique pavilions. And each and every visitor will be welcomed with a traveler-first approach that will deploy new technologies and a digital visitor center travel experience. And that will be a special Expo visa to create a quick and accessible, inclusive entrance. But above all, you'll come to know our single greatest asset, which is our people, our youth. We're a nation with, compared to many others, with almost 63% under the age of 30, who are socially minded and the largest users of social media around the globe, eager to connect with the world around them. They are our future, and as consumers and world travelers, they're your future as well. And we look forward to connecting you with them. Expo 2030 will be about connection, diversity, and inclusion. Everyone is welcome, no matter your country, your culture, your race, your gender, or your religion. Riyadh is ready to welcome you. And you will soon discover that Saudi Arabia is an enchanted land with its own special magic waiting to be discovered. Expo 2030 in Riyadh. We invite you to experience the era of change together. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup pour cette présentation et surtout pour avoir parfaitement respecté le temps de l'intervention. Nous allons, avant d'appeler la prochaine délégation à faire sa présentation, attendre quelques minutes pour l'adaptation de la technique à la présentation du nouveau projet. Oula.
Too many people still don't know that it looks like a paradise here, but we're under threat, and we really need people to hear us out and work with us.
They say our village might be underwater in a few years. Where are we going to live then?
I want to build a program that helps craft grow better, so I want to go there, but we run out of power.
I wait for hours for my mom to get back from the hospital. Maybe those birds in the sky could bring the drugs instead.
I like electric cars because they don't give out bad things, but Daddy says we can't treat them at our home.
Our wells have all dried up. We have nothing to drink.
How are we going to put out those fires?
My grandma can't walk well, so it'd be great if she could see her doctor on screen.
I want to learn new things that will change my life.
We'll all need a job when we grow up.
S'il vous plaît. Oui, nous sommes désolés. La présentation a démarré sans que je donne le feu vert, car la délégation de Corée rentre dans la salle et c'est ensuite que nous pourrons lancer la présentation du projet de Busan. Merci. Donc nous pouvons maintenant passer à la présentation de l'expo, du projet de l'expo 2030 Busan Corée, et j'ai le plaisir de donner la parole à la délégation de l'expo. Je vous en prie.
Too many people still don't know that it looks like a paradise here, but we're under threat, and we really need people to hear us out and work with us.
They say our village might be underwater in a few years. Where are we going to live then?
I want to build a program that helps craft grow better, so I want to go there, but we run out of power.
I wait for hours for my mom to get back from the hospital. Maybe those birds in the sky could bring the drugs instead.
I like electric cars because they don't give out bad things, but Daddy says we can't treat them at our home.
Our wells have all dried up. We have nothing to drink.
How are we going to put out those fires?
My grandma can't walk well, so it'd be great if she could see her doctor on screen.
I want to learn new things that will change my life.
We'll all need a job when we grow up.
I'm on the next level. Yeah, 절대적으로 지켜 내 손을 놓지 마라.
These are some desperate calls from our friends who are worried for their village, their country, and their future. How are they going to cope with all that? So, dear friends, here we begin a new journey, a new quest to find answers for your future, for our future. You are the future of our planet, so you can be the judge of all these ideas and tell us which ones will work and give us a new and different future. And here are our participants.
Hello everyone, my name is Jae-Sang Park, but to many, I'm better known as Sai. Distinguished delegates, thank you. Distinguished delegates, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this meaningful, honorable event. I'm here today to introduce to you the World Expo 2030 Busan and why Busan is the one and only optimum city to host the Expo. Being here in Paris brings back fond memories from 2012 when I did a flash mob of my song Gangnam Style with 20,000 people in Trocadero Square facing the Eiffel Tower. It was truly the biggest event, and I realized even though we all spoke different languages, everyone came together as one. As a musician, I've experienced that K-pop has a power to unite, transform, and transcend boundaries. Like this performance, I believe the World Expo 2030 Busan will unite us all. Some 22 years ago, I made a debut as a singer-songwriter in Korea. Out of the norm and entirely unconventional, both musically and physically, my debut came as a shock to many. Despite the challenges that I've been through, I never gave up, just like Korea never did 70 years ago. With that Korean spirit, I had the willpower and the unwavering drive to create without conforming. Luckily, people gradually began to like my carefree style. While the Korean entertainment industry is known for its competitive and meticulous nature, Korea also embraces a culture that values freedom. With such freedom, we've been able to reach fans globally with K-pop as well as K-drama and K-cinema. We love to mix different genres to create something truly unique, like our best-known meal, bibimbap. With Parasite and Squid Game, we were able to deliver to the audience a mix of suspense, comedy, and social commentary. We tell a story in a big ball of various elements mixed in well, just like our delicious bibimbap. And all the pieces come together to create empathy for people all around the world. From the music you listen to the shows you watch, smartphones, cars, and TVs, Korean influence is deeply rooted in your everyday lives. And that influence comes from a country that once struggled to feed its people, but now has grown this much. Can you imagine the vibrant energy such a country can bring to the Expo? At the World Expo 2030 Busan, we will showcase a transformative power of our culture and technology. We will demonstrate our commitment to global cooperation and innovation. We will share our journey, our growth, and our vision for a sustainable future. Indeed, World Expo 2030 Busan will serve as a global platform where governments, industry experts, academics, and citizens gather to exchange ideas and find solutions for our shared progress. This is why I'm so excited about the World Expo 2030 Busan, because I believe it's about the things we share, our shared future, our shared challenges, and the unlimited opportunities we have before us. In case for someone who's having a hard time recognizing me, let me wear this before I finish. Distinguished delegates, I'm so grateful even after 10 plus years, my song Gangnam Style still can bring people together whenever it's on. I believe the World Expo 2030 Busan will do the same, bring the whole world together and shape a better future for all of us. Thank you so much.
Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, je suis Dominique Perrault, je suis un architecte français, je vis et je travaille à Paris. Pour moi, l'architecture a toujours fait partie de la nature. Le naturel avec l'artificiel, ce ne sont pas des contraires, c'est notre monde. Notre monde est fait de nature et d'artificiel. La recherche de l'harmonie entre l'ancien et le nouveau s'inscrit dans les mêmes principes. La vie humaine se poursuit toujours dans le contexte de son environnement. À cet égard, Busan est une ville, une belle ville, une ville captivante, une ville où il y a la montagne, où il y a la mer, où l'architecture traditionnelle et le paysage urbain et moderne, les ports industriels et une nature magnifique convergent harmonieusement. C'est ici, au milieu de ce mélange magnétique, que les espaces du futur prendront forme. Continuons tous à soutenir cette exposition extraordinaire, exceptionnelle, un événement qui a le pouvoir de changer notre avenir, de transformer notre futur.
Distinguished delegates, I am Yang Gyujin, the chief architect of our proposed World Expo site. Today, I would like to discuss the World Expo 2030 Busan as a space that presents innovative solutions for the future. Our Expo vision is inspired by the long-standing Korean tradition of harmonizing nature, humanity, and technology. Here, as you can see, the hanok, a traditional Korean house built with natural materials such as soil, wood, and stone, fully embodies this concept of harmony. It influences the central themes guiding our World Expo planning, including the design of the Expo site. The North Port of Busan used to be a busy international seaport before it fell behind the waves of new industries. The area is now left with disused buildings and abandoned machines. Our plan is to turn these remains of old industrialization into a space for sustainable life where nature, humanity, and technology coexist in harmony, a site of great transformation where we will share our vision for our new Earth. That is, our space design concept for the World Expo 2030 Busan, Re-Earth. The Expo site will be a living spatial embodiment of the key themes of the World Expo 2030 Busan on eco-friendly, carbon-neutral space. Across the site, you will see dynamic porous patterns that form gaps and openings amid layers of concrete so living forms can coexist with humanity. All structures will be built using as much sustainable materials as possible. The Expo site will be powered 100% by green energy, and transport will encompass eco-friendly mobility like urban air mobility and hydrogen vehicles. The waterfront, the interface between our site and the sea, will be a model of carbon neutrality and our cutting-edge technologies for harmony with nature. We want this special space to be a place for caring and sharing, where all nations around the world come together, discuss our challenges, and share solutions. If nations so desire, they may organize joint exhibitions, fostering a spirit of unity and cooperation. Additionally, we are thrilled to present the world's first UN Habitat floating city. This groundbreaking edition presents yet another innovative solution. The T-Square will be open to all, including individual creators, to contribute to their ideas, because we want our expo to be truly inclusive and welcoming. And perhaps, most importantly, The legacy of our collaboration will not simply disappear when the expo closes. For instance, once the expo is over, the repurposed silo in the Northport will become the expo big data silo to preserve all the history and data spanning 180 years of World Expo. There will also be an ODA memorial hall to tell the tales of human solidarity, of our commitment to caring and sharing. Distinguished delegates, our ambition is to make this site a place for harmony of nature, humanity, and technology, where problems find solutions to shape a new and better future for all. Thank you.
Good morning. The time now is 6 a.m. 30th May 2030, and the weather is perfect for your trip to Busan. Make sure you get to the airport on time.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh, way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh, yeah you like it. The way you like it, oh yeah you like it. The way you like it, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
Good afternoon. Did you know that over 250 million children worldwide lack access to education? 70% of 10-year-olds cannot read basic text, a huge increase from 57% before the pandemic. I am Suin Lee, the co-founder and CEO of Enuma, an education technology company creating digital learning software for children. Our journey began when, as game developers and designers, my husband and I wanted to empower children with disabilities to learn independently. Our educational software, designed to make math and language learning enjoyable, turned out to be very popular among not only children with difficulties, but also those without. However, during our journey, we discovered that education barriers affect not just children with disabilities, but also those facing poverty. As we believed every child should experience the joy of learning, this reality compelled us to take action. We Koreans have always believed in education's power to shape our future. Even during the war, our parents prioritized building schools and printing textbooks. Education was Korea's path to growth and recovery. We received support from the Korean government to develop a program teaching children in developing nations how to read, write, and do math, even without a teacher. Gratefully, our program became a co-winner at the Global Learning X Prize competition for our efforts to eliminate illiteracy. Since 2020, with the aid of Korean government, we have provided this program to children in developing countries. Distinguished guests, our innovation is just a small win against colossal challenges. To overcome these obstacles, we must unite our efforts, governments, businesses, and entrepreneurs, with our shared love for humanity. This is exactly what Korea's Busan Initiative is about. Through the initiative, our government is already engaging in various global challenges, sharing our green technologies to combat the climate crisis, implementing IT innovations to enhance the global digital environment. We also have healthcare programs supporting mothers, newborns, and children, and agricultural development programs addressing the food crisis. Our businesses are sharing their expertise too, bridging the digital divide, restoring forests, and implementing rainwater collection system in vulnerable regions. Ultimately, our vision for World Expo 2030 Busan is to find solutions to address humanity's most pressing challenges together. Collaboration across the borders is crucial, as no individual, business, or nation can solve these problems alone. I sincerely hope that World Expo 2030 Busan becomes a symbol of global partnership. Together, let us help the future generation reach for the stars and unlock their boundless potential. Thank you.
Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present Korea's promise for the citizens of the world and future generations at today's 172nd BIE General Assembly. I highly commend the BIE's leadership. Since its founding in 1928, the BIE has greatly contributed to the world's economic growth through free trade. The World Expos played a crucial role in facilitating trade. They also helped to reach solutions for humanity's pressing crises and challenges. Their visions inspired us. But the world today is facing new uncertainties and complex crises like never before. The war and conflict, WMD, and terrorism not only threaten world peace, but even civilization itself. A digital divide and economic inequality endanger sustainable peace and growth of the international community. 2.9 billion people, or 37% of the world population, lack access to digital tools and the internet. Climate change is becoming an existential threat to humanity. Last year, the average global temperature rose 1.15 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level. Over the past decade, the pace of sea level rise has more than doubled than the 1990s. More than 200 million people had to leave their homes due to extreme weather like torrential rains, heat waves, and droughts. The impact of climate, health, and food crisis is critical for the global South. The global divide is widening. To address humanity's urgent challenges, we must act now. Busan is a gateway to the Eurasian continent. It is a maritime city reaching the oceans. It is a city of adventure, a city of the future. The World Expo Busan will be a solutions platform addressing humanity's complex and urgent challenges. The Busan Expo will be a venue creating new business opportunities. Korea's state-of-the-art digital technology will provide a fantastic stage for exchange. The war 70 years ago once turned Korea to ruin. But thanks to the help of the international community, Korea transformed itself into an economic powerhouse full of high-tech industry and innovative technologies. Korea wishes to give back to the international community what it has received thus far. Korea is fulfilling 1,258 ODA projects with member states of the BIE. Through the Busan Initiative, Korea will share its development experiences with the international community. Korea will lead in tackling humanity's challenges. Furthermore, the World Expo Busan will be a cultural expo. Cultural diversity will be respected. Everyone will be equally treated. It will be an expo where every nation can freely express its unique culture, tradition, and skill. Korea is committed to providing the largest ever assistance package for more than 110 member states that are participating. Also, the Busan Expo will be a platform of ideas for future generations. We must pass on a clean and safe earth and a sustainable peace and prosperity to future generations. We need to build a world full of bigger dreams and visions. Through the Busan Expo, the young generations of the world will learn how to work together as a community. Korea has already accumulated plenty of experience by hosting 2 specialized expos, the 1993 Daejeon Expo and the 2012 Yeosu Expo. Korea is also a country that has hosted mega events like 1988 Summer Olympic and the 2002 FIFA World Cup and the 2018 Winter Olympics. Korea is a qualified candidate. Korea has been fully investing in preparing for the Busan Expo. We will make it the best World Expo of all time. Central and local governments, companies and citizens, all political parties, and more than 7.5 billion overseas Koreans are truly united in their wish for the Busan Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1851 London Expo and the 1900 Paris Expo have each served to spread the British Industrial Revolution and French art and culture to the world. The 1962 Seattle Expo has been a catalyst for opening a new space era. The 2000 Hanover Expo has helped economies and industries turn their focus from technology first to nature and environment. And the 2030 Busan Expo will be remembered as one shifting our priority from competition to solidarity. Busan is ready. We are united. Let's transform our world and navigate toward a better future. See you in Busan in 2030. Thank you.
So we've heard from all our participants, and the choice and the future of humanity remains with you. Do you think they have what it takes to really solve our problems? The choice is yours.
Merci. Merci pour cette présentation qui a également parfaitement respecté le délai imparti. Je vais maintenant donner la parole... Ah oui, pardon. Quelques minutes pour la technique sans démarrer avant que l'on puisse donner le top départ. C'est bon? Oui, c'est bon. Parfait. Donc je crois que c'est prêt. Donc j'ai le plaisir de donner la parole à la délégation d'Expo 2030 Rome, Italie. Je vous en prie.
Welcome home. Welcome to Humanlands. Eternal evolution.
There once was a dream that was Rome. You could only whisper it. Anything more than a whisper, and it would vanish. It was so fragile. So said Marcus Aurelius, played by Richard Harris in the movie Gladiator. But here we are a couple of thousand years later, and Rome still stands, the eternal city, a marvel for any visitor and one of the jewels of the globe. My name is Russell Crowe, and I am a former general who became a slave, who became a gladiator, but that was a long time ago. And now I'm simply honored to be talking to you as the Ambasciatore di Roma nel Mondo, the ambassador for Rome in the world. I'm very sorry I can't be with you, as I'm currently on tour with my band, and I'm soon to be on stage within the legendary Cinecittà Studios in Rome for a concert there on June 25th. It's going to be magical, because Rome always is. Rome is not just the capital city of Italy. It is one of the great capital cities of the world, a place of and for everyone, a city that has always opened its arms to all of humanity. Rome Expo 2030, we are ready. At my signal, unleash humanity.
Hello, I'm Mia Cerana, will be your guide through this brief presentation of Rome's candidacy for Expo 2030. I will not be alone on this stage. The first person that I would like to call to be here with me is a young girl you have seen in the video we just watched, Elisa. Come here. I called you Elisa, but you're also known as Gaia. Do you know why?
Gaia means earth in Greek.
There you go, she knew it. So this is exactly what we're aiming at, capturing this young generation core values, such as sustainability, inclusiveness, but not only this. How old will you be in 2030?
17 and a half.
17 and a half. That's exactly where we decided to start from, the voice of the younger generation. Let's watch.
Ho provato a unire le cose, il fatto della natura e della città, anche perché chi lo dice che la città deve essere cemento, palazzi, strade e macchine? La città può essere benissimo un albero.
Ci saranno più...
Secondo me no, cambierà praticamente niente.
Io nel 2030 avrò 18 anni.
A 18 anni io vorrei un luogo in cui tutti stanno bene.
Le persone possono guadagnarsi da vivere.
Gli occhiali secondo me nel futuro diventeranno migliori.
Roma me la immagino nel 2030, molto più tecnologica rispetto ad ora e con tantissime nuove invenzioni. Io vedrò la città più diversa, così diversa che non la conoscerò forse mai.
Buongiorno a tutti, bonjour everybody, good afternoon everybody. So I would say the stakes have never been as high as this for Expos. It's not only about thinking about who's going to host the 2030 Expo, it's really thinking about how Expo can really help us as humanity, can help us tackle the big challenges of our time. And in order to do it, as you just saw, we really started from children, listening to dreams and hope for children, to see actually what will be the key challenges that will be faced in 2030 and beyond. And one of the key things we started with in our design is really looking at a big challenge that we heard about before, but looking at new ways to solve it. It's about the alliance between the natural and the artificial world. If you look at many of the issues we face today, we could say actually come from the fact that in the 20th century, there was a broken relationship between the two poles, between the natural and the artificial. And so how can we actually look at a new alliance, at a way to bring together us with other people and with nature, to find a new alliance in the way we connect people and territories. In other terms, in order to make city what the city is. A city since 10,000 years ago is actually this beautiful device that brings us together. And so by listening to kids, we started dreaming with them. We started dreaming, and we started dreaming of an energy community featuring in Rome at the Expo site, the world's largest urban solar park. We started dreaming about, could you see the next slide? I had asked for a clicker, but I was told it wasn't possible. A fast-moving district, how we can actually look at how new technologies can change the way we move and come together. And that will be the site as a lab, as a living lab. And then a living lab that really connects both the digital and physical world. Today our reality is kind of a mixed one, is a hybrid one, and how we combine the two and turn that into new architecture, clearly for Rome, but for all of us, for all of you, for all the planets, for all the countries to experiment on the Expo site. Yes, so a living lab is really how innovation can be at the core of that, can be at the core of the project, of the design, of the master plan. And this is really something we can all leverage, again, to tackle the big global challenges we said. The next one. And so we were saying, the Expo ultimately is like a city. It's a temporary city, but it's a place of encounters. And the important thing is that every country has the same seat at the table. So we are all around the Expo site in the same way, and together we can again find new solutions for today's challenges. The next one. And clearly to do it, we need values. And our values, I think, need to be at the core of what we're discussing here today. And clearly diversity, equity, inclusion, and democracy. We think are something that has to be there. The next one. So we are talking a lot about making new cities and building new cities. But the reality is, a lot of the things we need to do on the planet is start reusing what we already have. And what a better place to reuse than a place that for thousands of years has been constantly experimenting with the circular economy, looking at the past in order to invent the future. The next one. So somehow this is all about a master plan is about 2030, but it's also about the legacy. And this legacy should be a legacy both for the city, but should be a legacy for all of us, for all of you. And the legacy, it's really about how the Expo site can become a giant innovation district, a place where, again, every country participating will keep having a seat at the table beyond 2030. And the next one. So I wanted to summarize that these are the key points that inspired the master plan, and what we've been doing as designers. But if I had to summarize this in one word, it is about together. It's about how can we use this great opportunity to come together. It means coming together on the Expo side, but coming together as humanity, and coming together with the natural and the artificial world. So coming together is a way that really will help us to tackle the challenges we face and to build together a better tomorrow. Thank you.
So, yes, we did listen to children, but we couldn't stop there. We needed to make sure that all walks of lives were represented, that all voices were heard. So this is what you will hear right now, a person talking about how important it is to merge people who come from different sceneries. And then you will hear someone telling us about how we aim to build something that will last. And finally, there will be a person with a view from space who will be able to tell us more about the material and immaterial legacy of Rome Expo 2030. So let's dive in. Let's start from someone who knows very well how important it is to create long-lasting relationships. From her point of view, Africa, Italia, but she will tell us more about this. Please welcome on stage Mehret Tewolde.
Good afternoon. I was born in Asmara, the capital of Eritrea, which is also known as a Little Rome. But today, I'm not here as one of the many foreigners of origin who have been Italian for a long time. I'm here today to emphasize how a universal exposition must and can help strengthen, revitalize, and initiate long-term economic and commercial partnership. There are two key considerations to develop lasting partnership, as we do at Italia Africa Business Week since many years. The first is to know each other, also beyond stereotypes. Throughout our activities, we realized that interconnection were based on mistaken patterns of Italian entrepreneurs towards the African economy and vice versa. The second is that it is indispensable to establish an equal and stable relationship to create value and share value. In fact, in the depth, mutual understanding over long term has allowed Italian and African business realize that the backbone of economy of both part is made by medium and small size company. You know, the secret of success is very simple. Know each other and create growth and development on both sides of the partnership, of course. In this way, we can contrast and combat the inequality by growing together and developing communities, always placing people at the center. For us, this is what Expo means, including, sharing, and grow together. That's why supporting Expo in Rome means supporting your industries, your business, and not only the largest one, but all of them. And please remember that every business is made up of people, the heart of each enterprise, each community, and each society. So let's meet in Rome in 2030. We are waiting for you to build together a new, fruitful alliance. We are waiting you in Rome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehret. So now, many of you may be familiar with the Italian cooking, with Italian approach to music, but there's also a uniquely Italian way of cooperating, which can be a huge asset for Expo 2030. Now, the man who will be on stage here soon, whose NGO has been operating for over 50 years in 40 countries, knows this very well. Gianpaolo Silvestri, please.
Mia, yes. Do you know how much Italian cooperation is worth?
No, but I'm here to learn, so.
I wanted to give you a number. 60 years. The story of Italian cooperation started 60 years ago. I joined this journey in 1996, when I began my missions to Latin America, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. This story is made up of thousands of successful projects that keep at their center the human dignity of every single person. I want to give you another number, $6 billion. This is how much Italy spends every year for thousands of development projects, reaching millions of people. But numbers are not enough. I would like to give you a picture of how the Italian cooperation brings together the willingness to reach the last mile with the ability to carry out advocacy actions. Imagine being in a developing country. Our staff will do anything they can to reach even the last child in the most remote village. If they can't do it on a jeep, they will continue on a motorbike or even by bike. If a flood happens, they will put on their boots and they go on foot. In one way or another, they will get there. At the center of each project, there are the needs, desires, and rights of every human being. The Italian cooperation represents an entire country, its international partnership and relationship, the civil society, local administration, university, the private sector, small and medium enterprises, the diaspora communities in Italy. This is what we call multi-stakeholder approach, the real added value of the Italian cooperation. This is the heart of the new vision introduced by Mattei Plan that Italy is about to launch. Starting from the best practices in development cooperation, this plan aims to scale them up. There is a whole country cooperating, and 2030 Expo is not coming out of nothing. It's the natural development of these 60 years of cooperation. We're waiting for you in Rome, because our future is your future.
Samantha Cristoforetti, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, from space, Earth is a majestic beauty with no borders, a pale blue dot, just like the pavilion we will build in Rome for Expo 2030. It's a grand vision, I believe, but make no mistake, I'm not here to talk to you about a vision. I'm here to talk to you about a project with clear goals, milestones, and deadlines. For us, the planning of the bid dossier for Expo 2030 started with thinking about what its legacy will be, what will be left behind once Expo is over. In other words, what will begin and not end in October 2030. So let's be concrete. And first of all, let me highlight something quite unique. The site of Rome 2030 is the only one among the competing cities that includes a hospital, a major university, and multiple advanced research institutions, including the Italian Space Agency. So, keeping that in mind, let's go back to the legacy. And let me highlight 6 points. Legacy is education. Young, brilliant minds from all over the world will be able to study and work at the site of Expo 2030. Legacy is research. Researchers from all over the world at the site will have access to a unique network of laboratories and research centers to create innovation and new knowledge. Legacy is new innovative businesses based on that innovation and knowledge that will bring growth throughout the international community. Legacy is hybrid. Through a digital platform we will implement, people will be able to work together, both in presence and remotely, creating a living, thriving community. Legacy is return of investment, because those growth opportunities will not stay in Rome or in Italy for that matter. Students, researchers, young graduates, young talents, young professionals from all over the world eventually will go back to their countries, your countries, to share those opportunities for business and growth and innovation. Legacy is, above all, sharing. The Expo is by its nature universal, because universal must be the benefits that the whole international community derives from Expo. To share, to include, is in our DNA as Italians. It's part of our way of thinking, of our way of living. And therefore, this is the legacy that we envision for Expo 2030, a trail of progress through the international community that brings nations together around the goals of sustainable development. And so let me end on a poetic note, back to vision, back to space even. Space is the most beautiful. The Earth is the most beautiful from space. It's the most beautiful planet. It's the greenest. It's the bluest. And it will be even more beautiful when you come to Rome in 2030. So join us in Rome in 2030, everyone, to build our legacy together. Our legacy for our kids, all of our kids, the kids of beautiful planet Earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha Cristoforetti. Gaia, have you ever met an astronaut before?
No.
Is that a job you'd like to do?
Maybe more a head of state.
A head of state. Well, then it's your lucky day. There's plenty here. There's our head of state that you're going to meet right now, Giorgia Meloni.
Well, Mr. Secretary General, Mr. President of the General Assembly, dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I want to wish the best luck to Riyadh and Busan for their candidatures. And I want to bring a warm thank to my colleagues who have just spoken, the promoting committee, the testimonials who have shared their experiences, the young Gaia. I'm truly honored to be here today to convey to you how much Italians, all of us, believe in the candidature of Rome to host the Expo 2030. It is a challenge that our nation at all levels is pursuing with great enthusiasm. I am thrilled to be here to talk to you about Rome, for it's the eternal city, it's the capital of Italy, it's the city where I was born. A fundamental part of my deep-rooted identity. And identity is indeed the most precious thing that belongs to each and every one of us. For this reason, and many more, I hope to be successful in this difficult and exciting task that I have today, which is to convince you to choose Italy, Rome, to host the World Expo in 2030, the year in which we will assess the results of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the year which will make the centenary of the Bureau International des Expositions. I could speak about what Rome has represented in the past and what it represents today. I could tell you that it is the universal city by excellence, the first megalopolis in history that has lived and continues to live by constantly regenerating itself. I could remind that Rome is the capital of dialogue among the great monotheistic religions, that it is home to dozens of international organizations, that it is a global city and has been so for thousands of years. I could reiterate that it is a capital of culture, one of the world's biggest university hubs, and home to the largest university in Europe, as well as to cutting-edge research and technology centers. A city with an ancient heart that beats to the rhythm of history, a history in which it has been and is an absolute key player. But what I'm going to tell you instead is that these specific characteristics, the combination of ancient roots and technological modernity, are the ones that inspired our project and give substance to our proposal. We believe that since its beginnings, the World Expo has always been much more than a world exhibition. It is the story of an era and the imaginary design of the next. Expos chart a course, and Rome intends to do the very same. People and territories, regeneration, inclusion, and innovation is the theme of the Expo of Rome. Means people and their rights at its heart, integrating with their surrounding environment, sustainability, lasting partnership between nations, responsible and inclusive cooperation with the most vulnerable, an ambitious legacy of progress for the international community. These are the cornerstones of our project, and these are the reasons to choose Rome. We are proposing to all our partners to show together that it is possible to build a large-scale project without spoiling the land. This is why our exhibition site will be innovative and completely sustainable. It will be the largest solar park ever to be built in a city. And each pavilion will produce clean energy, feeding into the shared grid. We are proposing that nations work together on concrete projects until 2030, to demonstrate how the international community can grow by working together in the collective interest. I'm referring to lasting and sustainable partnership. In Rome, every nation will find its own space as an equal among equals and has the chance to showcase its identity, no matter how big or small you may be. In Rome, we know that everyone has something unique to offer, and we want them to contribute on a level playing field. In our view, this is the essence of a responsible and inclusive cooperation, and this is why we are ready to take action to ensure equal opportunities, also from a financial standpoint, for the widest possible participation in our World Expo. Furthermore, the Rome Expo will not end after its 6-month display. The pavilions will remain available to all nations who request it, to enable them to keep a representation of themselves, to establish research and technology centers, to preserve a window of dialogue. Our legacy, the legacy of the World Expo in Italy, aims to build a pathway to progress for the international community, to show how our goals for the millennium can be achieved, that they are not just words, and that the relationship between people and their environment can be really improved by working together. Choosing to host World Expo 2030 in Rome means choosing all of this. One of the most intellectual minds of all time, which was Wolfgang Goethe, wrote that in Rome, the entire history of the world is interwoven. Choose Rome. Let's bring together history in the future. Ci vediamo a Roma. Grazie.
Merci.